you ever looked at your water bill and seen all of a sudden it's gone from one price to outrageous in a month or so?
I know what that is. It's when the amusement park has hooked up one of their rides to my backyard hose, and the bill goes right through the roof. Is that what it is?
That probably only happens to 50% of the people, but the other...
The normal people, what is it?
What usually happens is our houses have been built in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and those pipes have a limited life. Mm-hmm. So what we're finding a lot...
Thank you.
Thanks. What we're finding a lot is that the pipes are bad, and they're leaking. They're underground, you don't see it, but all of a sudden your water bill's spiking. And when we're talking about wasting water, that is one of the first things that you should check and make sure that you eliminate before you go on to all the other things that we're talking about.
All right, so if the water bill, though, doesn't skyrocket 1 month, how can you tell that you're losing maybe little bits of money every month?
Well, what you need to do is go into the house, shut off everything. Then you go out to the meter and you see if the meter's still running. If the meter's running, there's obviously some pipes leaking somewhere.
Got it. That makes sense.
Yeah. First thing to start. You can work on all the other water efficiencies after that, but as long as your pipes are leaking, that doesn't do you any good.
Is there stuff we can do that's not in the walls to reduce water consumption in the house?
Well, there's a lot of things. I mean, for example, in my house, I walk in, I see the kids brushing their teeth and the water is running.
Right.
You'd be in shock at how much water over the course of a year gets used with kids brushing their teeth.
Right.
And the water's running.
Right, don't tell me. I don't want to be in shock. I want to finish.
Yeah, think about
breakfast.
it. If each kid uses a half a gallon or a gallon of water running while they're brushing their teeth, if you have 2 or 3 kids, 3 gallons a day, 350 teeth.
So you should brush, turn it off, brush, turn.
Brush your teeth, shut off the water. It's the easiest way to save water.
I do have a realistic question though. Is you put like a shower head that reduces the amount of water, right? Don't they do that?
Yeah. Right now the shower heads, you can get them. I find it down to 1.2 gallons per minute. You still get a decent shower.
Well, see, that's my question. When is it that at a certain point, if you stop using the amount of the shower, you're not even getting clean? I mean, you might as well just stand there with a wet nap behind your ears. When is the point where you're using too little water?
Everybody has to be their own judge, but
Right.
the 1.2, 1.3 gallon per minute faucets are great.
You're still clean.
Yeah. If you're going to buy a house, sell a house, first thing you need to do is check all of your fixtures, whether it's the toilets, the shower heads. The shower heads are easy. You unscrew them, put in a different shower head,
Right.
and you're saving water. Have you ever changed the toilets in your house yet?
No. Harvey, I gotta go.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do?
The old toilets, I mean, most people don't yank out their toilets and put in new ones. They think it's going to be expensive, but you can actually get rebates. For a while, I don't know if the city's still doing it, they would pay for you to change out your toilets.
Right.
So the new ones are 1.6 gallon flushes. They even have toilets now that have 2 different buttons on them, right? Have you seen those yet?
No.
Button 1 for number
for
1,
number 2 for number 2. Wow. Wow, that's impressive.
Very, very creative.
That's a smart toilet.
Very smart.
Wow.
The toilets
Can I
today.
read your paper for you too?
Almost. Some of the toilets today, the seat's heated. It does everything else for you.
That's good.
They've come
I like
pretty
that.
far.
What about just an outhouse?
The outhouses are great. They're great. If you want an outhouse,
There we go.
in your neighborhood with the browned out grass and the
Right.
flamingos in the front and the car
flamingo
up on the
and the
blocks,
car up on the blocks,
it
yeah.
fits right in with it. Yeah. No, but get serious about saving water.
Okay.
It's a serious topic.
Right.
And I'll tell you another thing. It does add value to
I
your
feel
house.
chastened. I really do when you say that.
You
Be serious.
You should,
Yeah.
because the law right now, if you sell a house, they're going to make you change the toilets out for
Wait a
sure.
minute, this is a big deal. So this isn't just some of this is mandatory.
A lot of it's mandatory.
So you could did you get a knock at your door going, hi, we're the water police, you haven't done the right, you haven't...
Only if you're selling your house or buying your house. There's inspections that you have to do. There's forms you have to fill out.
So it is mandatory.
It is mandatory.
So you could be up at Lompoc going, what are you in for? A high flush toilet. All right, okay, so this is really important though. It's not something you can decide to do. If you're gonna sell your home, you're gonna be asked, to prove that you did it.
Well, not only that, but somebody coming into the home, They don't want to buy a house, come in, and all of a sudden everything in the house has to be changed out. Most
Right.
people want to buy a home. They expect to paint the home, or if they're buying it, in certain situations, they're going to remodel the home.
Right.
But most of the time you find that the fewer things that you can actually show a buyer that they have to do in the house,
Right.
the better the price of your home is going to be.
Right.
It's going to sell quickly. Do as much as you can do in the house. Change out your heads. It looks like you've taken care of your house, and I think it's everybody's responsibility today to actually care about using less water.
Okay.